First of all, you need to make sure that you can hold your violin or viola parallel to the floor without your hands, like this. Once you can do that, you're going to bring your thumb on the back of the neck to where the violin or viola connects to the body of the instrument. You're going to take this part of your palm, put it against the upper bout right here. You're going to pretend that this is all glued. Your thumb again is on the back of the neck, not on the side. First, you're going to wave at yourself. Make sure you can do that. Keep this attached to the instrument. Then you can put your first finger down on the fourth tape. And I'm on a viola right now, so my D string is here. I would put it on my D string, depending on where that is for my instrument. Then you're going to start on your fingertip. Make sure your nails are nice and short, like they're supposed to be. You're going to push down the string, and then you're going to rotate back. Then go back onto your fingertip and rotate back. You may have to hold onto your wrist to start with to make sure your wrist doesn't flop around. Your wrist is going to stay attached to here. You can also try arm vibrato, which is when you pull your entire arm backwards. The only danger in that is that your wrist might be flopping around. So pay attention to what your wrist is doing. You do not want this to happen. You're either pulling your entire arm back, or you keep your wrist against the instrument and you go from fingertip to the flat part of your finger. Your finger is not doing this. It's your whole hand that pulls your finger backwards. And you want to be able to do that on each finger. You want to be able to do that on each finger before you try adding the bow to anything that you do. All right, if you have a cleaning cloth from your case, you can do this with that. Or if you have like a soft t-shirt, don't use a washcloth so you don't want to scratch your instrument. This is just a sliding exercise. So you're sliding, this is to get you ready for vibrato. You're sliding back and forth on the instrument. So your thumb slides along the neck and your fingers slide across the top. And it's like you're polishing your strings. And you're moving your entire arm. There's a couple different kinds of vibrato, and this would be getting you ready for arm vibrato. So you polish, move your whole arm, and then go to a smaller section. Slide, and then to a smaller section. Okay, if you're ready to start to try to do vibrato down here, let's say you've done these exercises here, and you can do wiggles with your fingers up here. If you can do that, you're going to go back to first position. Again, you're not going to use the bow. You want to be on your fingertip, and this is where you could use arm vibrato. So pretend your finger is glued to the fingerboard, and you try to pull it back, and then go back to the fingertip. Pull back, and up. Pull back, and up. Try to keep your finger, it's like your finger is glued, and you can't actually get it off of the instrument. So when you pull back with your arm, it's almost straightening out your finger. You do that with each finger. Try a fingertip and pull back. Fingertip and pull back. Fingertip and pull back. If you're having problems holding up your instrument while you're trying to do vibrato, you can put the scroll against the wall. I would put a cloth between the wall and your scroll so you don't break anything. And from backwards, just be careful you're actually moving your entire arm and you're not doing this with your wrist. You don't want your wrist to bang against the instrument. So it's either wrist stays here still, or you move your entire arm and it's like your wrist does not have a joint. It's just one piece with your arm. You can come back here and try the same thing where you're pulling your first finger backwards. Just helps support your instrument if you have it up against the wall. Just be really careful that you don't damage the scroll of the instrument.